See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap. My name is Dunlap. And I'm glad you're here today.
I'm glad you're here. Somebody to talk to about something, yeah.
We have a news podcast. That's what you're listening to now. We talk about the news, and we have local sponsors towards the end of the program. And we often, in the old days, would talk about a former president and what a dumbass he was, what infuriating.
Yeah.
And this is just nostalgia now. Now, you may be saying, well, who was the president? Taft? No.
Taft?
Johnson? Neither Johnson. Keep guessing. No, don't. It was Trump. That's who we hated Trump. Listen, no matter how bad you think our country has been leading up to the point where Trump took it over, he still shit all over it. I mean, things like, oh, my car's wrecked. Oh, I totaled my car in an accident. Oh, and Trump's shitting all over it. Now, it doesn't help, right? Even if things were just demolished, just a total write-off. Like, somebody shitting all over it ain't good. It's uncalled for. At the least, it's uncalled for. But that's the old days. We might as well be talking about, watch the episode, Different Strokes. Remember that show?
It's a long time ago, yeah. I've seen it's on TV somewhere now still. You flip enough channels, hundreds of damn channels, you're going to find whatever you're looking for, probably.
Probably just be flipping through there and you'll hear like, hey, world don't move. You'll be like, okay, I know what I'm doing the rest of tonight. But that's not what we're here. Listen, folks, it's a news podcast, very important. We need to talk about the elephant in the room. And by elephant in the room, I mean the man with the colostomy bag swinging it around Kid Rock's bar. It's been a few days since we've done our podcast. We try to do one every week. Seems like lately it's been 9 or 10 days before we get to the next one, and we always miss something big. Sometimes it's something horrifying and heart-wrenching that two idiots don't really need to be talking about. And sometimes it's something that's like, did we miss the window on the Kid Rock colostomy bag incident?
All right.
And I'm going to say we didn't. I'm going to say we did not. Jackie, have you ever been to Kid Rock's bar in downtown Nashville?
No, hell no. I just heard about it and, heard of him. And as far as I could tell, if you were somebody that, for whatever reason, bless your heart, you got a colostomy bag.
Yeah, this is not listen. This is not against colostomy bags.
No,
this is not against people who have colostomy bags. You probably shouldn't swing it around.
Well, if you want to, if you've always wanted to, and bless your heart, you've held that in, and I'm not going to do it as much as I want to. I know if there was one place on earth to do that sort of thing, I think that Kid Rock and Roll Steak, whatever the hell it is.
It's Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk rock and roll steakhouse.
Yeah, that would be probably on the top of the list. So this gentleman, good for you, bless your heart. Sorry you got in trouble over it, because I'd go to the manager too and say, do you know how far I come to get here? That's the only place. It's the only place.
There's not many places where you can swing your colostomy bag around that both seems as if it would welcome it and deserve it. This is a bar, by the way, that also, it's not even the worst thing that happened in that bar. One of the motherfuckers tried to overrun the country on January 6th. Had been a bartender. Is that smug-looking motherfucker brought his mama.
Him and his mom had all the wrist ties. They were Mission Impossible.
Yeah, you remember them.
Yeah.
They're like, if I could get a mask to make myself look like a character actor, I would do that to overrun the. But I don't know. I just get these zip ties, I reckon, then we're good to go. Let me just zip. I'm going to zip all my mama. Check and make sure all my zippers and buckles is done.
She's like, you can't carry all that on you. Let me go with you and help. Now, you can't do all that on your own. Mama, I said I can carry that many wrist ties. All right, you could go here.
I was at the Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk Twitter account, which this is not verified, folks. If you want to check it out, it's the at big ass honky tonk, which I can't believe I hadn't already gotten that one. So their Twitter, not verified, 500 followers, and the tweet is. The first tweet up at the top, pinned tweet. Just the latest from Kid Rock's Honky Tonk Twitter. Nothing like a delicious plate of nachos while visiting your favorite honky tonk. And it's just the most basic ass photo of nachos that I don't even know if it's from the bar. It's not that appealing looking, honestly. It looks more like something that you'd grab for free and then find out it had a watermark later. And then you'd be like, it's okay because that sour cream looks turnt. So go look at a picture of a plate of nachos from Kid Rock's Honky Tonk from before they had shit slung all over them. And then below that, 2 reasons to celebrate today. The sun is out and the snow is slowly melting. Come on in and celebrate with us. And just like, I don't know. I guess these drinks are supposed to be appealing. Look, there was a time in my life, not that long ago, if you had told me, Dunlap, Kid Rock is going to move to Nashville or just lease a old pigeon-infested downtown ass building, and it's gonna be called Kid Rock's Big Ass Honky Tonk and Rock and Roll and Rock and Roll Steakhouse. I just won't call it Big Ass Honky Tonk. Now, what about your rock and roll fans, kid? What's his name? And it's something like Darren.
I don't know.
Kid Rock. So it's a big ass honky tonk. And it's a rock and roll steakhouse.
He got to say steakhouse so you know you can grab back to eat. Yeah.
Well, because that's where are we going for Valentine's Day? What about Kid Rock's honky tonk? Can't get a steak there. No. Read the rest of it. Take me forever. And rock, roll, steakhouse. So, listen, and they were also, this place is terrible. I'm sorry. One thing that I hate about fucking.
Hey, watch your mouth.
I don't know if I want to blame Trump. It would have been my own ignorance. I would have been just nested in my own ignorance and unaware. And if I kept on enjoying Kid Rock and his big ass honky tonk and his music and his shit nachos and his fucking white supremacist bartenders and maskless enforcement gonna sue the nurses for saying wear a mask or whatever they did, everything that comes out of Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk is terrible, including the stream of shit from this poor man. Oh, by the way, Jackie, this is not some poor man. This man, I just found out, I had to go to the New York Post to find this out. Man allegedly swings colostomy bag. Oh, that's how you know they're real journalists. They threw allegedly in there. Swings colostomy bag at cops at Kid Rock's bar in Nashville. This story really has something for everybody, no matter what side of the issues you're on today. This colostomy bag, again, nothing wrong with having a colostomy bag. Motherfucker has a Confederate flag tattooed onto the back of his bald ass head. So when you're heading to Kid Rock's steakhouse, big ass tonk for Valentine's Day, Mother's Day coming up this weekend, and you're wondering what the clientele is like. It's like a man with a Confederate flag tattooed on his bald head swinging his colostomy bag to get shit on cops. Is, you know, I don't know what it's like during the week, but on weekends it's kind of like that.
I ain't going.
I don't know people there that night going, man, I was here last week and it's bought with the Bob Burger. Did not taste this good. I don't know. They changed the recipe or something. I don't know what is this sriracha on here. They're just these yummy, tasty droplets. Listen, folks.
Whatever you're doing, get 3 more of these.
A waiter.
All right.
Just swing it. His name is on here. Nicholas Adam Newhart. Oh, I wonder Newhart, huh? I wonder if any relation. He's swinging what around? Old routine, famous. You remember Bob Newhart's famous Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk routine, right? What, call the cops? I just call the cops. Oh, the cops are already there. Nicholas Adam Newhart, 39, was blocking an emergency exit door. Well, now what if somebody needed to get out that door?
Yeah.
What if there was an emergency?
What if somebody was slinging hockey all over you? You wanted to get out.
Listen, this is not about having a colostomy bag. If you were asking me, would you Confederate flag tattoo on your head or colostomy bag? Colostomy bag. I can live life shame free. I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to wear a hat I don't need to. But this man seems like the sort of guy who might just carry a sack of shit around in his pants for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. About to, yeah.
Now, I don't want to set up this stereotype that there are people out there. Oh, he doesn't need that colostomy bag. He's one of just get. That's not a stereotype I want to introduce into the world. I'm just saying that if those people existed, which they do not, he would be one.
Let's all hope I don't in a way, yeah.
He would be one. Took out his colostomy bag from inside his pants and began to swing it around wildly, hitting 2 officers with his excrement. Now, this is when, bunch of fascist Twitter gets really excited about this story. Cops said Newhart was so wasted at the time he couldn't stand steadily on his own. He had bloodshot eyes and a strong smell of alcohol. Now, it had to be strong to smell it over all the shit. That's how you know you're real drunk, when you're covered in your own feces. And the cops were like, man, he smells like booze. So I did want to add to the story. I had not seen the picture of his Confederate flag. That's something I just saw tonight. So if we'd done this earlier in the week, see, it's good, Jackie, that we took a few extra days to get this one up. New information has come to light.
Yeah, you want to come at the story from every possible angle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you're talking about Kid Rock's big ass honky tonkin' rock and roll steakhouse.
You mentioned, I can't get out of my head now because you said Bob Newhart. If you want to do a TV show, he has to be the man, the greeter at that place, because he has to say hello. Do it like Bob Newhart, and he'd have to say that over and over again.
At any place where he would have to be, a Walmart or anywhere where you, hello, I can't do it like on the beginning of a TV show.
He would just stammer through the whole rock and roll steak.
I see what you mean. I thought you just meant like when he did answer the phone on his TV show before it kicked into the theme song. Maybe he'd be like, hello, and I always wanted him to stutter a little bit on there, like hello. But I don't think he does. He just really
go right, yeah,
very
right
confident on that one.
Yeah.
So, Jackie, is there an angle to this story that we haven't covered yet? I think we covered every which angle that he slung it. And you know what? I may not be in there raising hell every night because I disagree with Kid Rock's politics. But I will say that I did get some enjoyment out of his establishment this evening. I will say that he did bring me a little awful joy. Awful joy. That's it. And that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah. Nowadays, yeah. You're lucky if you get a little bit of that. Yeah.
Kid Rocks. Peter Scolari be like, hey, Dick. That's his name on the show, remember?
I know.
You think Liz Cheney, this is a good segue. Hold on. You think Liz Cheney ever go to Kid Rock's shit slinging, stirred up?
I don't think she probably would, but I don't know if it'd have anything to do with politics or not. In that case, I don't know. She may have a lot of extra time to go there here pretty soon, sounds like.
You can try them nachos.
Somebody tweet those, however you do it, hit the button, tweet those nachos to her when she gets, removed from all of her committees. Just let her know.
Feel better. Put her on the nacho committee.
Yeah.
That's actually that sounds kind of like one of them Hallmark movies or something. Liz Cheney moves to Nashville just like every awful person does. And I'm saying she's awful because she is awful, but also like her stand up to Trump is admirable. So she's an admirable, awful person. Come to Kid Rock's bar, maybe it's middle of the day, they give her the nachos. She's like, why don't you put some more cheese on these and spice it up? Have a man in the corner slinging his shit around. And they're like, where you come up with all these ideas? Like, and then next thing you know, she's in the kitchen. Her and Kid Rock strike up a romance. It doesn't have to be a romance. Maybe they're just friends. Liz Cheney in the kitchen. Yeah, it's not a good Hallmark movie. But you got to watch a little bit into them movies to tell if it's going to be one of the good ones.
Some of them are good. A lot of them aren't. I would say I fall asleep, good or bad, in a majority of them. 40%, 50%.
So Liz Cheney is one of the Republicans who hates Trump enough to say it out loud around people who can hear her, not whisper quietly into your drink every night until you pass out.
She's not awful enough. She's awful. She's bad, but she ain't,
Can you imagine that? These times,
I'm looking at it. I see it every day. It's like, wait a second now. And Matt Gaetz, child sex trafficking, right? Yeah. Liz Cheney, what's she doing? As far as I know, she's telling the truth. She's still awful. She's still bad. But, she's telling the truth every now and then, Well, she ain't sex trafficking no child. She didn't threaten to overtake the government. Let me see. No space laser. No, she got to go. It's all about money. Everybody is about money. And all the ones that can raise money now on the Republican Party is, I know they said it's supposed to say crazy, but I ain't figured out another word to say yet. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, McCarthy's about people who like Marjorie Taylor Greene look at Kevin McCarthy and go, we're going to have to get rid of him pretty soon. So Kevin McCarthy getting rid of Liz Cheney is just self-preservation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin McCarthy thought, oh, I'm the worst. I can coast on this. I can retire. I'm so terrible. I can just retire the Republican Party when I get done here. Easy peasy. Now he's like, shit, I should have done some sex trafficking or something. I could have been even more racist. How could I? I don't know. I should have spent more time. I worked harder. I could have worked harder.
He even got mad that people stormed the Capitol. He was a cussing over it. Got mad about that.
What's it like to have to kick yourself every night for standing up for your country? Like, why did I do that?
Worst thing you ever did, yep. Don't make a bit of sense. None of it does. Here's what it is, because they're all going to wind up like they think they're trying to say the 6 never happened. It wasn't that big a deal. He died from a stroke. He did not die from no spray or anything. A stroke, just dancing around. On and on and on. We're going to say it didn't happen. These people, they've arrested 500. They're going to arrest some more. Now, I ain't saying whether it should be in the news or shouldn't. I don't mean to sound like Charlie Daniels. Benghazi ain't ever going away. The 6 ain't ever going away. But for right now, they're going to be trials. They're going to be dealing, some people go jail, some won't. Maybe they all will. I don't know. They're going to be a commission to look into this. McCarthy's going to be sitting right there in front of everybody saying, yes, I told him on the phone. I can't even say it. He was like, do you know who this is and blah, blah. Cussing Trump on the phone. He gonna be under oath and have to say that all again. But I guess their reasoning is, well, that can't be no embarrassing that it is right now. How's that any worse? If I'm doing this right now, that'll be a breeze. What do I care? They got no dignity, nothing left to them. There's just nothing left.
Well, I mean, Jackie, before we started recording, the old saying, if you don't like the weather, wait long enough and there'll be another school shooting. Kids getting shot don't matter.
Nope.
People dying of the coronavirus don't matter. Telling them not to get. I don't understand what we're waiting for. Some kind of breakthrough, either for them or for us to even understand it. And I don't know what the break. I don't think we're going to have that breakthrough. They're just going to keep on going down this road. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. Maybe they don't have any other choice. I don't know what it's like to, deny the overthrow of the government.
Tucker Carlson's on TV the other night, literally saying, if you get vaccinated, it'll kill you. Well, what does it get out of killing the people that watch it? Well, I don't understand the whole, usually politics, you can see this away and see that. These days, don't know, none of it makes any sense. It might as well be back in Salem trying to figure out, why are they burning the witch again? She's a what? Are they just doing it? It's that damn, again, forgive me for using the word, crazy to me. I don't know.
Are they not? I know I'm not the first person to observe this, but is that not just killing Tucker Carlson's audience? Like, why? It seems like they would want to protect people. The people who ain't getting the shot are the people that watch Fox News. Not everybody, but a lot of people. that watch Fox News of the people not getting the shot. Why? Seems like see, that's the part that we don't understand that I think they don't care about. Like we think, you're our audience. We want to, I'll talk to you, our actual audience, the listener. I want you to stay alive. I don't want you to die. I don't want to say things that will cause you to get a pandemic disease. I like to talk about shit and Kid Rock, and I want you to be there to hear it. And I don't want you to go into the hospital. Those are the things I want for so I don't understand. We're like, why would you do that? But I think you, in our case, you would be like, no, tell me to die. Come on, I can take it. What are you, weak? Tell me to go into the hospital. Tell me that the damn shots are causing people to get sick and I'm smarter. I guess it's about being smarter, about being weak. I don't understand.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to say there's a 95% chance that Trump would have won that election fair and square if he had just said, put on a mask. That's it. That's all I had to do. Wasn't no reason. Didn't make no sense. I don't get to wear a mask. Wear a mask. Sure, I know Fauci said don't wear one for a few weeks, blah, blah, blah. All he had to do once we knew, put on a mask. I don't like it either, but we got to be patriots, and if we want to turn this country over, blah, whatever hell comes shitting out of his mouth, excuse me. Put on a mask. He be president right now.
You got to go back to work. You can't lay around, but you just put it on a mask.
Yeah, put on gloves, clean, wash your hands, put on a mask. Just go back to work. No
hero pay. We're lowering the minimum wage, but put on a mask. People still would have voted for him. He would have won.
Yeah, he would. So it don't make no sense, Tucker Carlson. I understand your TV show. People watching. Maybe you don't concern people of a certain age that don't get out often. He's relying on shut-ins. They ain't going to get it. They don't leave a house. I don't know. It don't make any sense to me.
Why would you want to get a shot? It's just going to make you sick. Everybody on Fox News has a really high voice. All the male anchors have a really high voice. I'm not saying anything's wrong with high voices. I'm just saying if every anchor on another news network had like a high-handed voice and what do you Tucker Carlson voice, that's all they would talk about. So I want to be better. I want to be a better man than Tucker Carlson. Jackie, do you think I can get there?
Normally, I would say, depending on how you talk about it, I'd be concerned about it. But right there, sure, yeah, you'd be fine. Yeah.
So as long as we've mentioned his name a few times on here, I guess we can go ahead and let y'all know, in case you maybe knew this was being considered by Facebook court. They come out, you didn't hear maybe the result, but they come out and they said that Trump cannot get back on Facebook for right now.
Yeah.
It's all crazy that there's Facebook court. And that Trump had to go to it. Right? He didn't really go to it, but his case come up to Facebook court. And somebody I don't know if they have gavels. I hope they do, but somebody probably went like, hammer. Trump can not get on Facebook.
Didn't they put it right back? Zuckerberg got tired of being accused of, so he pushed together Facebook court. And I think they sat up there about this because Facebook needed to decide what they think should or shouldn't be on there. Gavel for 6 more months till they figure it out. He didn't waste his damn time, it sounded like to me.
He's like, y'all Facebook court. And they're like, well, you're Facebook. Facebook court. If they kick everybody I went to high school off, maybe I'd get back on there. I'd love to hear that, like a human rights lawyer talking about skunk tank. I don't understand. Why is he mad at LeVar Burton? I don't know, Facebook court. Just get rid of him. I'll come back on there. I'll tell everybody I know happy birthday. Just get rid of these motherfuckers.
All right, watch your mouth. I tell you what, somebody who wishes who wishes they was in Facebook court right now more than anything else. That's old Giuliani.
Oh, right. That is something, man, we did miss.
Yeah.
The feds, was the FBI raiding Giuliani's apartment?
Yeah, we need to wind things up here. We can't let that one go. We can't let that one go. The Fed raided, took all, it went into his office. That's bad enough. But then they had to go into his apartment.
Can you imagine what Giuliani's apartment is like? And can you imagine standing in there? You think Kid Rock's bar is bad?
He wasn't expecting, now keep it in mind, he wasn't expecting no visitors. He wasn't putting on a party or something, which I'm sure he has his, his staff or, the cleaning service come in. Nobody knew they was coming.
If I'd known you were coming, I would have picked up a little bit. My girl hasn't been coming over here to clean ever since we decided to carry on a physical relationship. So instead of cleaning, she just does a lot of modeling for me, kind of bending over in the corner. His apartment has to look like an Eastern European dictator episode of Hoarders.
Right.
Everything is like solid gold and covered in yellow newspaper, like for no reason. Like he just stacks of newspapers. Sometimes I see articles on people, and I like to imagine that their accomplishments are mine. I just sit around. I see somebody who did something like a football star or a ballerina.
If they got a medal, if they pin a medal on somebody, yeah.
Anybody got a medal, I saved that newspaper for years and years. And I could do that. They say I'm crazy, but I'm not. They say, oh, he's got something's wrong with him. He's a drunk. His brain is oozing out of his scalp. And I say, how can I imagine becoming a famous ballerina then? That mental acumen. Fellas, that's a cum sock. Don't touch that.
All right.
That's all cum socks. The whole side of the apartment is cum socks.
All right.
I have them. I'm losing it, huh? How can I keep? I know Excel. I don't even know. This doesn't sound anything like Giuliani. I just am saying cum sock. I hope sells it. Just him having an intricate system of keeping track.
They weren't coming for Bill Clinton stuff. They was coming for computers and phones and all that stuff.
Well, if you're coming to Giuliani's apartment, guess what? You're going to touch a lot of... This whole episode is just about people having to deal with other people's disgusting bodily secretions.
What are you talking about? That's been the whole year. COVID.
It's just shit and Giuliani man jam and Liz Cheney having to deal with all that in human form. And Tucker Carlson, who is also just every time he opens his mouth, it's just, I mean, I'd rather have a Confederate flag head colostomy bag talking to me than Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is just Andy Rooney for older people.
What's that, like young Sheldon version of Andy Rooney, pretty much, right?
Andy Rooney wouldn't do this, though. That ain't fair to Andy Rooney. First of all, kids listening, Andy Rooney, this is a reference from the early to mid 80s. Andy Rooney Joe Piscopo would portray him on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
That gives you any reference point. But Andy Rooney would be happy about the shots. First, I didn't know if I wanted one. How would I ever stop bleeding? But then I figured if people have taken enough interest in me to jab me with a vaccine, then they know something that maybe I don't about how long I've got It just makes me hopeful. If people think I'm worth a shot.
The only thing I can figure Tucker Carlson maybe, just a theory, I don't know. You know, of course, he took over Bill O'Reilly's spot, and I'm sure he's talked to Bill O'Reilly, got some advice, you know, and how to do it. And Bill O'Reilly said, well, I got me at least maybe 2 abortion doctors killed. And Tucker Carlson said, hell, you watch, buddy. You got 2 people? Let me show you what I can do. Oh, goodness. Y'all, welcome back to the Red State Update. Jackie Bros still here, on here talking.
Old Dunlap still on here talking too, just like Jackie is.
Yeah.
A little better at it. And this is the part of the show and we stop having so much fun poking fun. We have fun and we poke fun at the headlines, the news of the day. Oh boy, Washington. It's just I don't know what people are thinking when they elect people. But I know what I'm thinking when I ask y'all for money. And that's, I hope they go to our patreon.com/Red State Update. That's where you'll find a way to give us as much money as you want. It could be $1. Hell,
Sure.
I'm proud to have that $1 from you.
$2, $3, $4. Could be any of those.
Well, now, hold on, Jackie.
Yeah.
That ain't your money you're spending.
No, it ain't mine. I'm just saying we're happy to take it.
Yeah, that's true. We are. And I tell you what, we're so happy to take it that if you give us $5 or more a month.
5?
Yeah. Can you believe it? A bunch of people do it.
I know, I can't believe it. See, in this case, people, in this form of currency, this Red State Update currency, $5 is going to give you back 20. That's right, 20. Not money, not dollars, but minutes. And time is money.
Yep, 5 equals here at Red State Update. So go over to patreon.com/Red State Update and do a little math for us, and we'll make it fun. And you give us 5, and you'll get that 20, and everyone will be happy. None more happy than you, listener, laughing and chuckling and rolling around on the floor, maybe.
We should make it clear that it's 20 more minutes of this, us talking. I don't know if that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not 20 minutes time. It's not like you actually buying 20 minutes to do whatever you want with, which you're welcome to. You certainly don't have to listen to us for 20 more minutes by any means. You feel free just to give the $5 and turn it off. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
But in a way, they're buying 20 minutes of our time.
Sure.
So if you want to look at it like that, you're not getting 20 minutes of your life back. You're not de-aging by 20 minutes, or we're not going to give you 20 minutes back from when you were 18 and could run real fast. No, what you're getting is 20 minutes of our valuable time now when we're barely clinging on to life.
You just saying that right there, 20 minutes. You know what would have been a whole lot of better movie, a de-aging for 20 minutes instead of the 4 hours it is? That old silly Benjamin Buttons. Oh, he gets old. He's old. But 20 minutes is, you laugh enough, you get wore out.
That's maybe that's like an episode of Different Strokes, which we mentioned earlier. Just 20 minutes without commercials or so.
We should make it clear, by the way, anyone that would rather watch Different Strokes and, what am I going to do? Like you talk about flipping around on TV and, there it is. That is finding that's better than any other news or us talking about it. I want to make that completely clear to everyone. Yeah.
I wish I could do Benjamin Button magic for real. I'd do it to you. I'd do it every week on here, and we'd do 20 minutes. At the top of it, you'd start out like this, talk for a second.
No, Benjamin Button
Yeah,
is
just like
starts
that.
old, and then he gets young
That's what I'm
as
saying.
it goes. In 20 minutes time, I can try to do it on this, but I don't know if I can pull the next one. I mean, the one we're going to do. Oh, we already did that one. That's right. But the next one we do, I can try to do imitation. That means I got to watch it a few times to get.
You'd have to do yourself as a young. Are you going to do imitation of Benjamin Button or imitation of Benjamin Jackie?
I don't know. Benjamin Jackie. What?
Like little. That's what I call little Jackie.
Well, I'm already. You know, if you want to see the visuals of it, I'm old now, so I guess you'd put me in diapers or something like that.
Oh man,
baby diapers.
At all.
Baby diapers, not old man. Real diaper. Baby diapers. Yeah.
Man, can we go 5 minutes without shit talk?
People know what to expect when they come here, and I'm sure they know what to expect if they give $5 or more or less or whatever.
You're right, Jackie. We did already do 20 extra minutes for this week. We did it before this podcast this time, and now we know what we talked about. We can tell you this week, if you go to 20 extra minutes, we talked a lot about getting baptized.
Oh, there's a whole bunch in it. That's right. Go to church, get baptized. What do you prefer? Pretend creek up above on the pew or real creek out in the water. Myself, I don't like water moccasins.
And we also talked about something else that in 24 hours I done forgot. So go on over to patreon.com/Red State Update. $5 or more gets you 20 minutes or more. I don't know how it works, but that's the kind of stuff they're up to over at Red State Update.
You would think with all of that support that y'all give us, the money you send us, that we would be able to be that much more professional so these don't sound so bad. But we're old people. We are old. I don't understand how all this works. Sometimes I get confused. I know how to hit a button and say go. Other than that, I'm not sure why it sounds bad. But sometimes it sounds bad, but we'll work on it.
I was trying to make a chiming sound. I ain't old. I'm just lazy.
You content nowadays. I'm definitely old. Ain't no question about that. Won't argue. You're at the point where, like, when you look at young people, you're like, I'm old. When I look at young people, I'm like, hell, I am old as hell. But so be it. It's what it is. Still walking around for whatever reason God wants to, whatever lessons he's trying to make me learn. I don't know by now.
Maybe he's just using you as a prop in somebody else's lesson learning.
Well,
maybe he needs you to walk by somebody and they go, hey, life is precious.
If that's what the good Lord wants me to be, an example in some way, whether it be 5 minutes or maybe put me in your life to, look, I won't change my ways. I'm going to end up old like that someday. I want to be, like him, at least, as best I can.
Maybe he's trying to get people to wear sunscreen.
Huh?
Folks, we don't just take money from you, our fans. We also take money from local sponsors here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. That's our hometown, the geographic center of Tennessee. If you look at Tennessee and you stare right at the middle of it, while you're looking down on me and Jackie as if you were a giant god, staring down from space, one of them space giant gods.
That ain't but one God. Don't start all that now.
Little G.
All right, whatever.
Well,
Thor, like Thor, funny book. God.
Yeah, like Thor, like aliens, maybe for real, but actually, we know they're God. I could sing along, a little kid. Like if a dirty song come on the radio, they said hell or damn or even a GD or shit I got to have or ZZ Top. Remember, not that those songs were on. I was probably more listening to songs in the mid 2000s, but on the oldie station, sometimes those songs would slip through my hip ears and I would sing the cuss words and I'd be like, oh no, Jesus just heard me sing it.
Ah.
Where was I? Did I have a point? Where was I going with this?
It had to do with local sponsors. I don't know where you at now.
Shit, maybe I am old. Oh, it's a little G in God. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. My brain ruined it. Go ahead, Jackie.
Well, my sponsor, I hope I got a good sponsor this week. I think I do. You know, old T-Dog Army Surplus. Everybody knows if you're here in Murfreesboro, you know it. If you ain't from Murfreesboro and you're driving through, it's worth going by. It's worth checking out. That's T-Dog's Army Surplus. They're doing something special this week. Oh, good Lord, you won't believe this. Things are looking up across the country. They're getting the vaccine and the deaths are going down, the transmission's going down, all that. Now, granted, Tennessee, this particular state has the least amount of people that are going to get the shot, but so be it. A lot of people still did go get it, so that's good. So I tell you what, old T-Dog's Army Surplus this week and probably next week after, maybe hopefully from here on out, is going to be extra open. That's right. Extra open. Come on down to T-Dog's Army Surplus. No mask. No, sir. No temperature checks. You ain't got to have no damn COVID passport to come in there and look around through the Army Surplus supplies. No, sir. Come on down. It is extra open for everybody. That's T-Dog's Army Surplus. Now, let me hear. I got to add a little something to this so everybody knows what me to say.
Really? Because it sounds dangerous enough as is.
No, here, man, I gotta leave a little. Listen, they people, if you concerned and you follow science and you don't want to, get deathly ill, you are still welcome to come. You are still welcome to wear a mask. You don't have to wear one mask. Obviously, it's extra open. Don't wear one. But if it makes you comfortable to wear a mask, you are still welcome to come inside T-Dog's Army Surplus. Now, let me tell all those non-wearing mask people, hear me out now. I know it's going to fill you with rage. I know you're going to get frustrated. I know you get mad if you see someone wearing a mask. We ask you to save all that. Yeah, don't go blowing up to that person, to that, he's still customer to T-Dog anyway. Don't go over there and bother them. Save that up. Go to the center of the store in the big round circle in the center of the store, T-Dog's Army Surplus, and take it out on Sir Mascalot. That's right, Sir Mascalot. He'll be right there with a big old mask over it's authentic Ren Fair metal armor. Look like old King Arthur thing. Got a big mask on. Cuss him. Throw something at him, spit him, let Sir Mascalot get a piece of your mind and your anger and take it all out. Whatever you want to do, try not to go past the line, the circle, I should say. Stand on the outside, but you still pretty close to him. Let me tell you right now, you close enough for him to hear every word and feel every blow. So, yeah, go on and get Sir Mascalot. Tell him what's what. Don't get mad at customers. Take it out on him. And let me tell you, he's safe inside that, not only inside that thick armor, no, sir. Inside the armor, he has a bunch of old sponges. Underneath that, you ain't going to hurt him too bad, but let me guarantee you can still hurt him. You can still hurt him. You got to try. That's right. Rosemary Nibbles' old sponge house dedicated several sponges, at least up to 35 that I'm aware of, that inside the lining of his authentic Ren Fair metal armor. That's right. Sir Mascalot, he's there. He's wearing a mask. He's asking for it. Get down to T-Dog's Army Surplus. It is extra open.
She give them 35 sponges.
Around, I think that's a number. Say 35, yeah. 35, 30, 35.
Give her did they have to give her 17 sponges to get back 35?
I think she gave them for free just so because she got a free plug in there. See what I mean?
I
see how they do? Yeah, she didn't have to give me $25 extra for that. That go, well, wait a second.
Rolled in on that.
Wait a minute. Because that's us saying that. I mean, T-Dog's Army, they just give me $25 to do that, but they threw her in there. If they were paying for her $25, seemed like they should have given me $50. But I mean, we ain't ever sat down and discussed this, how they're supposed to work out.
Well, if you made a cake and in the middle of the cake, you cut the cake out and put in a bunch of Little Debbie assorted snacks, and then like put like a plug of cake back in and iced it up. And that was a sponsor. Say, come on down to Dunlap Bakery where we got our special Little Debbie cake. Like, would Little Debbie also have to give me $25?
Well, Little Debbie's national. That's that's a big. Everybody
what
know
about
Little Debbie?
Little Coley's? It's Little Coley's, right? The snack. I can't remember.
Little Debbie's is good too, but you don't get all the extra with that,
Somebody owes me some money for coming up with that idea, the Little Debbie cake, just then.
Well, you work that on your own. I don't know about this, and I like Rosemary Nibbles. I don't mean to say that she done tricked me. I think if anybody did any tricking on me, it was T-Dog, but I don't know
if you should be advertising that extra open like that.
Well, I said what they want me to say. Give me $25. Maybe it should have given me $50, but they gave me what they gave me. So
he sold masks at the beginning of this. Remember, he ordered all them masks with the American flags, and he had to burn them outside.
Turn around and burn them. Yeah, come get your mask.
Got mad because of the flag. Nobody knew what to do.
Yeah,
I went down there the other day, and somebody was coming out of there just got done. I seen them in there through the window throwing shit at Sir Mask-a-Lot.
Yeah.
And then they come out, and I was getting out of my car. I had a mask on. And I said, you don't go wear that outside no more. I'm like, well, Jesus, man. And then he turned right back around in there and went and threw a bunch of shit at Sir Mask-a-Lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's working.
It is. And let me say right now, whatever side you fall on this politically, whether it be science or witch burning or whatever, how you feel about it, whether you was Tucker Carlson or not, or it is funny. Go down there and look at Sir Mask-a-Lot a little bit. It is pretty funny. And when you go, make sure you wear a mask, because if you're wearing a mask, which I would anyway, because I got common sense and don't want to, get sick or get anybody else sick, so that's why I wear it. But anyhow, if you're wearing a mask, you look at somebody, just look at you, and the face, the eyes well up, they turn red, and you right when you think it's coming to you, guess what? Sir Mask-a-Lot gets every bit of it, and it is fun. It's fun to watch. I mean, and I prefer these people do that as opposed to, winding up on Facebook or wherever, somebody filming them throwing a fit. Airplane, definitely. Don't want to do it on an airplane these days, because you want thousands of dollars, you be in trouble. Yeah.
People talk about, what do we want to keep from pandemic life? Are we going to start shaking hands again? Are we going to work from home more if you can? I want to keep Sir Mask-a-Lot. Just having a designated person or crazy ass people to yell at, I think it's beneficial to society.
And I understand that the Delta or Southwest Airlines or whatnot, you charging them that money, you getting extra money. And nobody wants to deal with somebody. But just imagine if you had him on an airplane, how much trouble you'd say. You know what I'm saying? That'd be put him on an airplane. They'd like him, undercover guards or whatever used to have on there after 9/11. But put a Sir Mix-a-Lot on every airplane, you're going to end up with a lot of less incidents Sir
Mix-a-Lot.
Mix-a-Lot?
Did you just say Sir Mix-a-Lot?
I was trying to say Sir Mask-a-Lot.
Put him on a glass. Listen, Jackie, that's a good idea about putting Sir Mask-a-Lot on the planes, but how would he ever get through security?
You'd have to work out how those hidden federal agents get through. The same thing.
I got a sponsor this week, Jackie, I think, that you're really going to like. There's been a lot of talk lately. I've heard it everywhere I go about people throwing shit around inside of bars and restaurants. And you'd think that some shitty come latelys, such as Big Ass Rock Kid House Steak Roll up in Nashville, invented the idea of throwing shit around in a restaurant. Folks, Gentleman Jim's 2 would like to remind you that when it comes to the shit inside of a restaurant space, they are originators and leaders, and they hope to continue throwing shit around in restaurants for many years to come. When you think shit in restaurants, think Gentleman Jim's 2s. That's right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And then I have to be throwing it around and somebody just like hock a pants down, do one on the floor, whatever. So I go outside, throw it inside the door. I've seen that happen.
Dunlap, I don't mean to interrupt you, but if you don't mind me saying, agreeing with that, whatever you're saying there. Now, Gentleman Jim's too, yes, sure, it is known for a strong, offensive urine smell, but it's not just that.
That's something that I do think people get twisted is, Jim and Jim 2 just smell like piss. No, folks, shit too. It's important to note a couple things here. The strong urine smell is not going anywhere, but don't lose sight of the fact that when it comes to shit in restaurants, Gentleman Jim's 2 is number one. The other thing is Gentleman Jim's 2. I think this one's spelled with a Y. It's the one here with the sinkhole that goes down to the. We've talked about it on here a lot. People say, "Oh, what about Gentleman Jim's 2?" Now, I don't know if we're talking about the same place. Allegedly, just want to throw that out there.
It's the Murfreesboro that we live in. Me and you, that live right where I'm sitting right now. Where you sitting right now? We're here in Murfreesboro. That one, yeah,
the Murfreesboro, home of Gentleman Jim's 2. Home of shit in a restaurant. Folks, Kid Rock has took a lot from us over the years, and we ain't going to let him take this. When somebody says, you hear about all that shit in Kid Rock's restaurant, you stand up and you get in their face like they were fucking Sir Mask-a-Lot, and you say, listen here, I'm from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and when it comes to shit in restaurants, I always say, you must be talking about Gentleman Jim's 2.